1-0-0-4-1-0. And Mahalik can thank his lucky stars. That ball came up blue a couple of times. And our final match is at 66 kilos, 145.5 pounds, freestyle. In the red from South Africa, Heinrich Barnes. And in the blue, representing the United States, Brent Metcalf. 24-year-old from Davison, Michigan, competing for the New York Athletic Club. Metcalf, a 6-time Junior Nationals champion, tying a national record, was a 4-time Michigan State champion before moving on to the University of Iowa, a 3-time finalist and 2-time NCAA champion. Metcalf out of bounds, a point to Heinrich Barnes. Like Metcalf, also 24 years old, won't turn 25 until December. Metcalf competing for the United States at the 2010 World Championships. And a point for Metcalf. Trap arm gut for Metcalf, gets the exposure for 2 more. 3 unanswered for Metcalf, 3-1. 1:10 in this first period. And back to their feet with 107. Metcalf, 2008 Dan Hodge Trophy winner as the nation's top college wrestler. And recently, Metcalf a runner-up at the Takhti Cup in Iran and was 3rd at the Cerro Pelado, that was in Cuba. Inside of a minute. Metcalf in on a leg, and Barnes able to skip out of it. Right back in an attack was Barnes, and Metcalf tacks on another one, 4-1. And you look at Metcalf, wants to get better. Anybody that follows wrestling knows Brent Metcalf is about getting better, and a couple tournaments to Iran and Cuba, and those are 2 places that you typically don't see a whole lot of U.S. wrestlers wanting any part of. 15 seconds. Metcalf in command, 5-1. Barnes wrestled at Oregon State, was 8th in 2009 at the NCAA Championships for the Beavers. Back in 2005, Barnes was 8th in the Junior World Championships. And the first period goes to Metcalf. A little bit of everything for Metcalf. Able to push Barnes out. A couple of takedowns. Exposure for 2. Off that gut wrench. Metcalf and Barnes back to the center, toeing the line. Second period upcoming. Barnes was 7th at the World Championships. 2010, those were in Russia. Nice high crotch there from Metcalf. And scoring first point off a takedown here in this period, Brent Metcalf. So a gut wrench, 1 that was confirmed hand-to-hand. So Metcalf a takedown and a gut wrench, hand-to-hand for 1 more. 2-0, leads with 1:10 in the second period after taking the first period. 5-0 or 5-1. Another one for Metcalf, another takedown, 3-0. So Barnes needs something big. with just 50 seconds to work with if he wants to force a decisive third period.
51 seconds to go.
Double leg for Metcalf. And they'll start center of the mat since they were in parterre position and went out of bounds. Then it doesn't, the out of bounds rule does not apply, only when both wrestlers are on their feet. So barring anything really big from Barnes during these final 15 seconds, Metcalf's going to win this one in straight periods. One of the top U.S. hopefuls, Brent Metcalf, in straight periods over Heinrich Barnes of South Africa.